welcome to Mind Your Business, a channel where we are in everybody's business. If you don't mind getting in people's business, you're on the right channel. Talking about current topics and gossip. Well, Carly Red and her dating radar is way broken. It's off, it's broken, it needs fixing. And Bambi and Momma Dee showdown was interesting. Welcome, people. My creative crew. Let's talk about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. So we start off with Carly Red and Amy. They're practicing some moves for the show coming up. They've been booked some shows. So I was quite glad to see them practicing because, you know, as I said in my video before, Carly needed a little bit of extra work there. I don't know what it is with these ATL booties, but I'm like, they are very disproportionate to the bodies. Just saying. Anyway, Bambi pops in and they're having a chat. Amy's talking about she and her boyfriend Marzi are going on to Jock's morning radio show, and that her mum's still not feeling him. Carly's saying she wants her to get engaged and stuff, and then Bambi's saying to Carly, well, you've been engaged a bag of times basically. And then she's like, going through her fingers. I was like, what, 5? She's been engaged about 5 times. I'm like, Lord. Bambi, you know, said that she's been dating. She's been on about 4 dates, and she's asking Carly about her guy, how she's getting on with Mr. 1501. Carly in confessionals is saying that she's not sure about him now. She's starting to admit that she, you know, has been ignoring red flags, and she's been thinking about what Erica Banks had to say about him being a liar, because now she's got trust issues anyway, but she's noticed that he's been hiding his phone and lying lately. So I'm like, okay. This is interesting timing too, because didn't Erica Banks just say that he's no longer on 1501? But anyway, I digress. Next we see Yandy and Mendices. They're on a little date at a game room. So she's trying to spend some time with him before, you know, she goes to Kentucky and gets on with some different work projects that she's got going on. You know, and she's talking about bringing awareness to the voting of the next governor in Kentucky. Mendices is, you know, saying that she's doing some good work. But she's also got a lot on because, you know, they still have to deal with this whole egg situation with giving it to her cousin. And she keeps saying my sister, but he corrects her, your cousin. Next, we see Jock and Kendra. They're en route to his birthday party. You know, Jock apologises for walking away when he was arguing with Kendra. You know, Kendra's still not comfortable, so she's saying that, you know, she wants him to liaise with the baby mum. She's happy to be a bonus mum, but she don't want to be no secretary to him. So I'm like, okay, well, and she don't want a girl in her house. So clearly she still ain't ready to meet the woman. So yeah, he's going to have to be the liaison. But I hope at some point she meets her, maybe not in her house, but, you know, even if they go to a coffee shop or whatever, just meet so they can just, you know, she just sees her and knows who she is and gets over it. But, you know, I'm sure she'll get there eventually. Jock was saying, you know, how basically it's a difficult one for him for his birthday because it's his first one without his mum, but, you know, he still wanted to go and make sure he had fun. So then we see him at the party. He's enjoying himself. Scrappy is in the place, you know, on the mic. Jock's performing. They look like they're having a nice little time. Later on, we see Scrappy. He is enjoying himself in his own house, you know, being the man of the house, being on his own, talking about he's enjoying his peace. Momma Dee pops in while he's out in the garden, you know, sorting out the pool. Momma Dee basically comes to gossip about what happened at her eyelash launch party and, you know, talking about Erica, saying that she'd been on a couple dates, and Diamond talking about he was eating her pum-pum and her batty, and Momma Dee was like, well, I don't want to picture that. You know, she's into flatbacks. I was just like, it's just TMI, Momma Dee, just upping everything. Scrappy's obviously saying, well, in confessionals, Scrappy's saying, well, why is she always throwing up my exes, basically? And I'm just like, yeah, it's a whole hot mess over there. And he basically tells his mum that he's taking a break from Diamond because he's not into this, you know, social stuff. She's doing too much on socials. Momma Dee mentions that Carly Red pulled up to her lash party on behalf of Bambi and was giving her these court papers talking about removing her grandparent rights. And, you know, she ended up getting mad and dashing the glass on the ground and all this stuff and talking about she didn't really wish death on her, but she did say some murky shit. And I'm like, everyone should stay away from death, yeah? Don't get too dark. Like, it's not about that, especially for the mother of your grandchildren. Anyway, Scrappy, as usual, you know, he's basically saying, well, Carly Red is part of the Tighter Face squad, which cracks me up anyway. And he's telling his mum to stay away. Momma Dee said that she's moving forward and she wishes Bambi well, you know, and admits that it's time for her to grow up and make some peace because she's turning 60 shortly. So I'm like, oh, Lord, you should definitely be making peace. I mean, it's just too much. Momma Dee does way too much. So after that, we see Yandy, Spice and Tamika Mallory. They are at Kentucky University, there to encourage, more of the black students and black people in general to vote. And then Yandy decides to tell Tamika that she's thinking about running for the city councillor and she wants to make a difference. Tamika was like, hold on, do you even have time for what's going on? You've got to be home and you've got to be able to make time and be around for the community. I thought it was interesting. Spice was there, and Spice seems like she's also, in support of Yandy doing that. But I'm like, Yandy, you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot. Next, we see Carly and her funny teeth guy, Kai. Now, she's vexed with him about some messages she's found on his phone. She's reading out to him. And he's saying, basically, he's been hollering at other women, just in case they don't work out. I'm just like, Lord have mercy, what kind of loser attitude is this? Carly Rae kicks off, of course, saying that he's been cheating, basically, and she thought he was different. But the guy is not serious. I mean, seriously, he is definitely not serious. I'm like, okay, this didn't last very long, did it? In typical Carly Rae history, there's always something going on. Like I said, her radar is completely broken, because I'm like, the amount of guys you've had that have cheated on you, and you are Miss Detective all the time, so clearly you found these out because you got each other's passwords apparently. So I'm like, well, that's the case. Didn't you see messages from before? Is it just new? How come you didn't see these red flags before? But then at the same time, you said that you have seen red flags, you've been ignoring it. So is it because you've been hanging on because he does music and can help your career? I don't know. We see Momma Dee at her 60th birthday party. In typical Momma Dee style, she has, her crown on. She's sitting on her throne, taking pictures of her family with their crowns on. I was like, okay, enjoy yourself. But it did surprise me. I was like, oh, I saw Ernest. I'm like, Ernest, Lord, you're still there. Ernest is still hanging in there after she's cussed him out how many times. But he was standing up there with his crown on, looking proud. Anyway, on the stage, she thanked Erica, for her granddaughter, Marnie, and then decided to say that she went to send an olive branch to Bambi, because obviously, she also knows that Bambi has given her 3 grandchildren. So, she's saying that she's reflecting. She's 60 now, and how she's reflecting. I'm like, Lord, it took you this to reflect. Well, as we know, Momma Dee will stay being Momma Dee, but she's a mess sometimes. I'm just like, seriously, stay in your lane. Stay in your damn lane. Like, your son is not perfect. Anyway, we see Erica sitting on the table with Jock, and she's saying that she thinks it was good that, Momma Dee tried to extend an olive branch. But Jock's making me laugh. He's like, yeah, I think Bambi might be allergic to these olive branches. I'm like, yeah, it's too much tuna throwing. I thought it was also interesting that Erica was saying that she hasn't got any issues with Diamond, because Diamond comes over shortly after. And then she says on her confessional she has no issue with Diamond. Look at Diamond and look at her. I was like, okay, honey, oh my God, you both are cute girls. Like, what's the issue? What the hell? It's just a whole mix-up. That whole situation to me is just very strange. I'm like, Erica is very beautiful. Why is she still worrying about Scrap? I don't know. But anyway, I saw her do an interview with Carlos King the other day. Her and Scrap done an interview with him. She was very much shading Diamond, so I feel like at the moment maybe they're not so cordial. Anyway, when Momma Dee takes a seat at the table to join them, of course, she's chatty patty, so she starts feeling Jock about, the mix-up between Eric and Diamond at her lash party, and hearing things that she didn't expect to hear. In confessions, Momma Dee talking about, Eric and Diamond should be just sharing a plate at this point because they're already contaminating. I'm like, oh my Lord. I thought it was interesting when Diamond was asking her about why she sent out an olive branch to Bambi. I'm like, Diamond, stay in your lane, because she said that she's running for the family and she didn't get a heads up about this. But I'm like, don't get it twisted. You have to remember that Momma Dee is the children's grandmother. So, she's got grandkids involved. So, of course, she's going to have to sort out some shit at some point. You can't keep up this warring argument attitude if you want to have a relationship with your grandchildren. It's not going to make any sense. So I just think it's ridiculous. But at the same time, Momma Dee let it be known that, she's putting out all of the olive branch because of her grandkids, but she still don't really like Bam. So I'm like, same old. Now, her referencing the Queen, talking about, she's going to have a summit. She's got a summit meeting set up with Bambi, just like the Queen did with Meghan. I'm like, Lord, are you really talking about the Queen Elizabeth from over here? Lord have mercy, that old damn junker. No, I should say the late Queen Elizabeth, because she has passed away. And, I'm not usually one to speak ill of the dead, ever. But if you know her history, you know. But her saying, Momma Dee saying she's done with the mess, I'm just like, really, honey? I feel like Messy is your middle name. Anyway, we then go back to Kentucky. You've got Yandy at this party. They're kind of celebrating getting voters in, but also talking about the whole situation which happened with Breonna Taylor being murdered. And I'm glad that they're really bringing awareness to this because, you know, we know that it happened, and I'm glad that they're keeping it in the forefront by keeping the pressure on, trying to keep it still up in the news, because at the end of the day, you know, justice is still not being served. And it was really heartbreaking to, you know, hear from Breonna Taylor's mum, you know, because like I said, it's just still no rotted justice all now. Like, it's just disgusting. After that little emotional part, Tamika mentions Yandy being a city councillor, and of course Mendices is there. So Mendices is once again blindsided, because once again Yandy has failed to inform her own husband of what she's doing. This seems to be quite a regular occurrence with her. I'm like, why are you divulging your information to everybody else but your man who you sleep in bed with? Like, what is going on here? So I'm not surprised he feels away, because he's just finding out now that she wants to be a counsellor. And he's like, well, hold on. You've got a family. You've got me. You've got other business. You've got all this stuff going on. How are you fitting this in? Not to mention she's also trying to donate her eggs and all this stuff she's trying to do. I'm like, she's trying to do a lot. I think it's good that she's trying to bring awareness to what's going on and around these issues. That's great. But why are you not speaking to your man? What's going on? He should be the first to know, really. And I'm sure she knows better. And I just feel like she keeps blowing him off. I don't get it. We next see Amy and Marcy at the radio station for Jock's morning radio show. And they're talking about their relationship, you know, the fact that they got back together again. But she was saying that before the interview, Marcy dropped a bomb on her that he has a daughter. And he didn't really tell her this. And she said that there were some rumblings about it before, but apparently the child wasn't going to be his. And now all of a sudden the child is his. So you've gotten back together with him. He's moved into your yard. By the sounds of what you're saying, he's not working. Now you're saying that he wants the daughter to come and live with you. Amy, are you sure you know what you're doing out here? Because this whole thing sounds absolutely messy. Because Amy's telling him, you know, you can't afford to cover the rent as it is now. And she doesn't feel comfortable with it, you know, and she's not feeling it, which I'm not surprised. How are you getting back with the man? Now he's telling you that he's got a 6-year-old and, you know, the child's innocent and all that. But he wants to be a more proactive father, but saying he wants to bring the child to come and live with you guys. You just got back together again. So it's a hot mess, mate. It's a hot mess. It sounds like that's something you should be bypassing. But, you know, it's your life and not mine. I'm just here to watch the show. Next, we see Bambi and Momma Dee meet up, and it was just ridiculous. Momma Dee tried to start off with how did we get here? Really? Really? So it just didn't go very well, because Bambi was trying to be... I feel like Bambi would have been cordial with her if Momma Dee would just apologise, but she doesn't want to apologise. Instead, she's going back and forth with her. Bambi saying she never said nothing negative about Scrappy, just told the truth, you know, her truth. And at the end of the day, you know, Scrappy and Bambi were married, and it should stay between the two of them. Any beef is between them two, not between Momma Dee. She shouldn't be in everyone's business. Them two just going back and forth. It was a mess. And then you've got Momma Dee trying to discredit Bambi about her degree. You know, Bambi shows her the receipt, brings out her certificate, and then Momma Dee's ripping it up. I was like, I know that's a copy, but I would be very vexed. I'm not surprised that Bambi got up and was acting like she was about to slap Momma Dee, because I'm like, yeah, I'd be pissed too. I know you can get duplicate copies, but no, you're taking the absolute piss. You don't do that. And it's just so childish. So production got involved, obviously, to try and stop that mix-up, because Bambi really actually wanted to slap her. And I'm like, Bambi, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't let her get you to that level. Momma Dee just needs to chill and stay in her 60-year-old lane. Relax. You know, be a grandmother. Not be up in the mix between your son and his woman. And I'm sure you've got other kids. Like, you must have other things going on. You know, you've got Ernest there. Go and bother him. Like, what is this all about? Anyway, it didn't really work out that very well, is the way it ended. I mean, I feel like Bambi would have moved forward in a cordial way, but Momma Dee she just does too much. She just does way too much. Momma Dee just can't stand her. And I do feel a bit bad for Bambi in the situation. It's a sad situation. So, yeah, I hope that they can get to a place where at least, you know, Momma Dee can see the grandkids and they can be cordial. But Momma Dee needs to really sort it out. You're chatting about you won't be peaceful. You're 60 now. You want to move better. Then what is this behaviour? Oh, what dear us. Anyway, that was pretty much it. Well, next episode, it looks like we'll see Carly Red out on a date with someone else. And her guy, Kai, pulling up her, chatting about she's shading the guy. Talking about she's on a date with a man with cheap jewellery on. I'm like, what is wrong with you? You're sounding very sassy over there. You need to go and sweat your teeth. They are too bloody bright and white, in my opinion. Anyway. But of course, people, I check out social media and see where I go on with that and what people are saying over there. Here are some tweets that made me giggle. Anyway, people, what did you think of this week's episode? What do you think of the whole Carly Red situation? What do you think of Yandy and Mendici? Do you think she's out of order for kind of always leaving him out and blindsiding him? What do you think about the whole Amy and Marty situation? Would you stick with Marty? Is that with you? And what do you think about Bambi and Momma Dee? Let me know your thoughts below. Yes, so thanks for watching that. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and hit that notification bell so you know when I am uploading some more of people's business. So until then, my nosy people, stay blessed.